Hey guys, let's see, bringing you another video. Now welcome to another high rating spectate, and oh boy, so I'm making this as kind of a bit of a PSA. You need to probably ban Caitlyn at the moment. I'm sure a bunch of you have probably already experienced Caitlyn in her modernness. So obviously AD carry's got like the rework in terms of, you know, the crit and all that. Let's see, it goes without saying it looks to be on a little bit of the strong side, the OP. But obviously one of the big differences is Riot when it comes to AD carry stuff. They never really hotfix it. They kind of leave AD carry stuff just to be strong, and then they might nerf it in 2 weeks' time. Obviously versus mage stuff where like Deathfire launched was too strong, they hotfix it straight away. But Caitlyn has been ultimately the biggest winner with all this. And for those that are like, why? So the crit damage is obscene at the moment. Especially when you can get 4 items, you get that Yolm Towel crit burn thing. But even before that point, for whatever reason, Caitlyn is doing way too much damage. And why Caitlyn is experiencing basically more power than any other AD carry is because of how high the damage is. If Caitlyn hits an initial combo or a trap, she basically can one-shot everything, or near enough everything, before people have options to counterplay. Because her damage is simply too high. So it is quite a difficult bot lane, this. So, you know, Rel, Samira, incredibly powerful lane, dominant lane. All in, you know, and that you could say is the weakness that's going to be for Caitlyn and Vel'Koz is getting all in. So straight away, getting all in, has barrier though, baits the Rel to be closing in, and will end up probably, or actually ends up dead. Very nicely played by Samira. She leveled E level 1, by the way, because obviously, you know, her weakness is the range difference, so she needs the gap close. So starts off the game not gone well. Obviously level 1 Nidalee, which is weird, Nidalee mid, invades, ends up getting her flash, and then obviously the Samira and Rel end up getting first blood, which you could say isn't a surprise when Caitlyn had to blow flash so early. So you might think, oh, this is not good, this shows Caitlyn's fine. Obviously, we'll continue watching as we go. Is worth knowing, 2 odd top laners. You got Graves top versus Viego. Viego on recent patch did just get buffed for laning again. Riot has typically nerfed him away from laning because he can become quite an oppressive laner. If, you know, he has sustain, he has kill opportunities. His item builds are always pretty good and strong. But for some reason, they've re-enabled him down there as well. So the thing with Caitlyn, so you're seeing some of them go first strike, which I would say is probably more common, and then some are going Hail of Blades. It's kind of the duality of what you want to do. And yeah, it's all about basically, think of like when Caitlyn was going lethality, it was all about how much damage you were doing like in a single kind of combo. That's what this Caitlyn does, but it's not lethality, it's crit. So Jarvan goes for an invade on the Brand, but the thing is, modern Brand is so strong, it's not a completely free kill. So Fiesta game, absolutely. Aurelia doesn't move over. Nidalee is chasing. Rel is also chasing, and if I imagine Rel is there, I'd imagine Samira will be probably there too. Crazy start. Nice E by the Caitlyn to dodge. Some nice damage. Again, I don't know if the Aurelia is just not looking for it. She eventually does go for it. Obviously, Aurelia with passive up is very scary in the early game. Uses her W, gets the kill. Nidalee, though, getting quite a lot in the early game, but Caitlyn gets the nice kill there. So you might be thinking, what the hell is this? So this is currently Master, but that's the thing, it's not really Master. This is kind of above Master, because players that already are Master in the first week or less than a week of a split, these are above Master level players. These are the Grandmasters, etc. It's also worth knowing, it'll be interesting to see this split. For those that didn't hear, Vanguard had its first big ban wave. And it was its first big ban wave that also was enabling hardware ID bans. And the reason I bring this up is already Riot said there's going to be a dev blog coming, but they, in kind of Twitter replies, the head of anti-cheat at Riot did actually confirm majority of the bans were master, master accounts. I think that's what some people didn't really get. The reason why Master has been an inflated rank for so long, it wasn't because it's inflated. It had inflated amount of players in there because a lot of them were just cheaters. A lot of them were scripters. And again, those are the thing. It was scripts that were hard to detect, or a lot of majority of Zeri players, let's be honest, in high rating were scripting. Oh, there's the all-in again. So again, the enemy bot is trying to give Caitlyn no opportunity. Look at this. Look at this. Look at this. Look at that damage return. This is not even any crit yet. Caitlyn does that much damage already, and they turn that around. That's ridiculous that they turn that around. Well done to them. You know, Caitlyn actually, you know, was being chain CC'd and everything, but she actually kept her composure quite well. You know, didn't freak out, kept in it, got a flash, then turned around and was like, no, I'm going to go for damage myself. That's insane that they turned that around. That was crazy. But yeah, wow. So most item builds that you're seeing Caitlyn's do, by the way, hell, most AD carries are now doing the same build anyway. Collector seems to be the first item. If not Collector, Infinity Edge right now is just busted. It is getting nerfed next patch, by the way. So some are even just rushing Infinity Edge straight out because it's just an inflated item right now. The Rel is refusing to just not play passive. Obviously, it goes without saying the champion is an aggressive champion. Look, they're turning it again. Jarvan is right here, but they have their brand with them. Rel just can't look like she's looking always for all-in opportunities, but she's having a hard time. The negative, obviously, of playing an all-in lane, it's harder for these guys than these guys. So they are baiting the Jarvan. These guys are already half health. Here we go. Into the stun, into the damage, and voila. So we'll see how this fight continues. Brand does go down, Bunch go down. Caitlyn's going to play around her trap, but Jarvan's got a big range, and with his passive, he just gets the kill. So unfortunately, the Jarvan made a big impact there, and Vel'Koz will probably go down. Does get the knock-up, but that's all he gets. Relia does kill the Nidalee. I don't know why there's a Nidalee mid lane. It's a bit of a weird pick. Maybe they're a one-trick jungler that got auto-filled mid. I don't know. But by the look of it, this Caitlyn is doing the Infinity Edge rush. So it's more expensive to do that, but it's a bigger payoff. So far, if you're not impressed, that's fine. Where obviously, and Brel's just randomly gone top lane, where obviously the Caitlyn in theory will kind of like pop off is items, right? Like AD carries in nature aren't supposed to do a lot of damage in the early game. They need items. Now, I will say, if you haven't experienced this Caitlyn, like, you know, craziness yet, I'll just put it in perspective. My first game of solo queue today, I was against a Caitlyn top lane player. People are playing Caitlyn mid, people are playing Caitlyn top. It is ridiculously overpowered right now that people are just wanting to play Caitlyn basically anywhere. So she should be one of your bans, and if she's not, play Caitlyn. Nidalee has ended up dead again. So how do you beat something under tower? You walk through the tower. So I think the Vel'Koz unfortunately went a bit too close. Cancelling autos. Caitlyn, there we go. It does get the kill in the end. Bit sloppy, but they do end up getting it, which is good. That's going to make the Rel slightly pressured in, hey, you should be staying bot lane. And you can see the Rel is now coming back because it's not like Rel got to roam and nothing bad happened to Samira. Yes, she got a kill, but she did die. She doesn't really want to die. And that's sometimes what you need to do, right? Is when the enemy support is roaming and it seems a bit weird, just all in the enemy AD carry. Now, obviously, it could massively backfire, and if, you know, Samira ends up with a 2v1 double kill, that's bad. So you do have to be smart about it, but it's what you typically should do. So here's where this should turn up a bit. So Infinity Edge has been purchased from Caitlyn. You are seeing some people do what the Samira has done, early dirt into Infinity Edge. So some people are also doing that. And I think that's what this Samira is doing. Double kill for Jarvan. So this Jarvan's having a pretty damn good game. Jarvan, again, there's going to be a dive. You can see it happening here, but she's got barrier and Brand is here. So this Rel refuses to like play at all passive. You can kind of understand, you know, it's a Rel, they have to play aggro. And all these players in this game will know how crazy Caitlyn is. Like, they would have played against one or two. And like your first game when you play against one, you're a bit like, you know, is this crazy? Oh, I was gonna like, why aren't they going for the kill? But it's because Jarvan came over. So there's the all-in attempt from Samira. Caitlyn ult, bam, gets the kill. Obviously Samira already used W, and they all end up dead. All three of them end up dead. Brand kills two of them, and Vel'Koz wasn't even involved. So pretty good. So yeah, Brand, goes without saying as well, is very strong. Blackfire, obviously, as we know, that did get hotfix nerfed. again, I said it in a recent commentary in today's session, so it'll be out in a few days' time. I would love to know the reasoning behind why does some things get hotfix nerfed and why does some things be allowed to wait. Because like some people be like, you know, why is she not getting that plate? Infinity Edge in its current standing is easily as strong as Blackfire was on its launch, but Blackfire gets hotfix where Infinity Edge is waiting the full 2 weeks. Why? Like, what's the difference? So again, I think that's just some like clarification people would like. Rel goes mid lane again, helps to kill the Aurelia, trying to kill the Brand as well. He is getting chain CC'd. He misses some of his abilities. Did not flash the entire time. You could say he risked a little bit too much, but he ends up surviving, which isn't too bad. So I do feel sorry a bit for the Samira because she is being left quite a lot against the poke lane. Like, that's kind of the worst thing for a Samira, is being left alone against a poke lane. And what you're going to see more and more and more is this Caitlyn in the kind of the I'm going to push now, where before it was the enemy bot lane, the all-in bot. Look at this damage. Half health. More than half health. 2/3 health with 2 autos and an E, I think. The damage is just nuts. So ult and then ult. So I will say it pairs quite well with a Vel'Koz. Like, that's quite obvious. Caitlyn is all about poke, and so is Vel'Koz. So if you are more of a support player at the moment and you're like, oh, okay, Caitlyn's OP, my AD carry's locked in Caitlyn, what should I play? Vel'Koz is a pretty good option if you're good at Vel'Koz. You know, Vel'Koz, I would say, is one of the hardest champions in the game. Not as hard as some, but he's up there, definitely. Again, mid lane is just being stomped because they're playing Nidalee mid. She's nearly half farmed the Aurelia. Yeah, it's bizarre. She's getting dove. Oh, the Jarvan comes to the rescue. Brand's coming over. What can Brand do? Gets his ultimate off. Should kill the Jarvan with the dot. Or unless Jarvan W might have saved him. Caitlyn's now on her way top lane. Obviously, they've annihilated bot. So the natural kind of lane swap might happen. So yeah, why I'm kind of waiting is you can see the damage of Caitlyn is ridiculously high already. Wait for 2 or 3 items, and some, like, I, by the way, played a Caitlyn game 2 days ago, yesterday. It was a normal game, admittedly, but I literally played it just to see what the damage felt like. I got 36 kills, I think. I didn't realize I had 36 kills for quite a while. Easy kill. As I said, I was just, what the hell? I was just playing it to see what it felt like that simple. And yeah, look at the Caitlyn. Look at the, oh, she predicted the trap, and Viego went straight onto the trap. Double kill for Caitlyn. Viego did play that quite badly, it goes without saying, but Caitlyn also played that well. Really nice trap placement, putting herself between the trap and the Viego. Viego obviously early flashed to kill the Vel'Koz support, which you could say was a bit weird. Maybe she should prioritize her flash on a higher target like Caitlyn. Oh, sorry, the Viego. Now Caitlyn's obviously going to get some trap. Is going to get some plates. So, so Samira went the Collector route first, where obviously Caitlyn went to the Infinity Edge first. Again, Collector's cheaper, so you can more often get it quicker. But Infinity Edge, as I said, right now is just bonkers, the stats that it gives. Look at the damage here. Bam. Can they finish it on a full tank? Yes, they can. Double, or gets a kill together. Samira might look for an all-in, but now he's here. Oh, she's going for it. Barrier comes out. Just keep running. Not enough, though. And that even might be a double kill for Samira, because, again, Collector, very strong item, ends up with a free double kill. So well played to Samira to notice, like, oh, I can get them here. Where I think the red team bot lane went wrong, they killed the Rel, which was good play, but then they stayed split. The Vel'Koz should have probably looped around to be at the same place as the Caitlyn. But Caitlyn was holding a decent amount of gold, so she now has her Collector finished as well. So 50% crit now. 225 AD, though. That's a lot of AD, and obviously just goes without saying, and people are like, why? So what Riot did with AD carry items, if you're like, why has this even happened? They removed some things that AD carry items give. So, you know, too many AD carry items were doing 4 things. On average, they've removed 1 thing per AD carry item. Not flat. Yeah, it doesn't have ult. But yeah, typically they've removed 1 thing that each AD carry item does and can achieve. So it doesn't give, like, Bloodthirster no longer gives crit. It's a healing AD item. Some of the attack speed items no longer give AD. It's an attack speed item. But what that has basically done is it elevates what each item is good at. So for the crit items, you know, Infinity Edge and stuff, they are so much more damage on each item in terms of like the single target big boom damage. They're even better at doing that than they ever have been. So this Rel, I would say, is massively struggling because of the over roam. Look at that damage, nearly half seconds of Jarvan. But yeah, the Rel's really behind on XP because she's just been over roaming. And, you know, dying quite a lot. Dragon is up. Obviously, Aurelia is just going to split push, looking for a dive. Damage, though, gets the kill. Perfect flash to swap places with the Jarvan. Don't know why the Rel is pinging. That was just well played by the Aurelia. Like, damn, well played. Again, good play is good play. Sometimes that's the thing. So traps either side of the tower because obviously Viego, he stealths close to an, you know, a physical thing. Enemy team looking for it. Nice E by Caitlyn, doing a bit of damage return. Enemy team puts a trap down, kind of gets a distance between her and them. Nidalee looking for the Graves. Caitlyn is in the area. Spear comes down, doesn't hit anything. Jarvan was looking for an engage, but will have to run away. So next item for Caitlyn, it typically won't be the Yun Tal, whatever the hell thing. The thing that does damage off crit, makes a bleed happen. Typically don't buy that. I actually have seen some people rush it because I think they're just excited it's a new item. Yeah, don't. It does bleed damage based off your like crit damage, so it's only worth doing when your crit is like good and high. So buy that as the 4th crit item to finish off your 100% crit for the last 25%, and then you'll be dealing all the crit damage you need to make the bleed do really well or do very high damage. Here we go. Hits a trap, but again, it's a Rel. Rel is still going to be relatively tanky, or relative. Get it? Yeah, anyway. She's going to help with Rift Herald. Yeah, hopefully we see some big plays, big pop-off plays. But yeah, she's 9-3-5 against an all-in lane. Again, like, the reason why Rel may have given up a bit early and started to roam, they tried that crazy all-in attempt, remember, and Caitlyn turned it around, and they ended up killing both of them. That must have been really demoralizing for what fundamentally is an all-in lane, because you can't... If a Samira and Rel just lane standard versus a Caitlyn Vel'Koz, they lose. You can't lane standard against it. You're outranged like mad. You have to all-in. And when they felt we can't win the all-in, that's maybe when the Rel was like, well, I'm just going to go start roaming, I guess. Caitlyn's doing a bit of jungle farming, which is a bit peculiar, but or whatever. Here we go. Damage coming through. Stun. Big damage from Caitlyn. Nidalee going back in. Lands on trap. That was 2/3 damage dealt in one auto attack. Look at the damage. She's just chunking them. This is... yeah, that Caitlyn 1 auto attack. Oh, here's a big combo. The problem is, I was going to say they might not do enough damage. Samira still does a lot of damage, but Caitlyn was the one that survived with the Aurelia and Graves. But yeah, that's a double item Samira, so do not even underestimate her, by the way. Even though they're so far behind, that Samira will also do a lot of damage. Typically, in modern patch, the big winners have been the crit AD carries. On hit is definitely not as strong as crit right now. Like, it's nowhere near. And obviously, that's the thing with AD carries. Sometimes, oh, look at the damage, and another kill. Because I think what's actually happening of why... Oh, there you go. Does get killed. She took a lot of damage from Caitlyn before she died, that Nidalee. Oh, nice. Good dodge. What can... Aurelia's full stacked! I mean, Aurelia, in the end of the day, is Aurelia. She is always a good solo queue champion. Wow. She played that well. This Aurelia is clean. This is what I mean. These aren't just master players. These are above master players because they're already in master. I'd wager most of these players, they might be master occasionally because they're only at one time can be 300 challenger players and 700 grandmaster players. But I would wager most people in this game as a whole are usually grandmaster or challenger players. This Aurelia, like, I'd be shocked if she wasn't. Her mechanics are insane. Alright, Brand doing some nice damage. Rel panicked, but did get away. And yeah, Baron spawning in 20, you could do that. Again, with Aurelia and Brand. Again, kind of forget that there's a Graves in this game. Again, 2 weird picks on each team. You know, like, you could say Viego is a bit weird, but he has just been buffed for lane phase again. But yeah, Nidalee mid, not very good. Graves top, not very good. I don't really know why they're playing these things. Again, my only sometimes guess is that they must be one tricks or something and they've just got their off roll. It happens. So blue team surrender vote has failed. Baron is being started. You've got Dragon spawning in less than a minute. Jarvan, you can see, is off to the side. He's trying to get an angle to go for a steal. Caitlyn ult. Look at that damage. Ooh. Does end up the Jarvan dead, which obviously, and then get TP from the Viego. So as I've always said, high rating there's troll, high rating there's raging. It happens all the time. That Viego literally just teleported for no reason to his own tower. Now again, is this game over? Yeah, but does that mean you should just TP to your own tower like that in your own base? No. All right, let's see if Caitlyn... So she's completed Lord Doms, by the way. So this, again, is one of the items that, you know, they all got changed. But this no longer is a, hey, you do more damage if something's got more health than you. It just does armor pen, attack damage, and crit. So, again, they're lessening the items, but making each individual thing stronger. Look at this! She over half health. Jarvan just got one shot. There's the combo. Samira's coming in. So look, that... Samira nearly just basically got a pentakill. Like, that was close. And again, you wouldn't have killed Aurelia, but that was nearly a quadra kill. And that's the Samira who has struggled this game. AD carries are crazy strong right now. Well, the crit AD carries are crazy strong right now. They're bonkers. Again, so much so that I'm shocked that it hasn't been hotfix nerf. Like, I don't know why. This crit stuff is stronger than Deathfire was. Like, no doubt in my mind. But that's it. So... hopefully this is a bit of a PSA that Caitlyn is absolutely nutty right now, or in general crit AD carries are a bit nutty right now. Potentially play them if you're an AD carry player, and potentially ban them if you don't want to get stomped by them. So Caitlyn ends the game 15-5-11 against an all-in lane. And even the Samira, who struggled most of this game, is being left alone by Rel, she even ends up 10 kills herself. Yes, she died a lot because she's an all-in champion, but she got 10 kills when she was struggling this game. They're nuts. But anyway, that's gonna be it. If you guys enjoyed, do throw a like on it, throw a comment, throw a subscribe. Let me know what you think down below. Why do you think Riot will nerf like a mage thing straight away in a hotfix, but leave an AD carry thing until the next patch? Like, let me know what your theory is. But yeah, like, comment, subscribe. See you guys next time. Peace.